Peace, peace and love, everybody. Salute to the great people out there, my people. All right, y'all. So the 22nd of May has come and gone. It is now the 23rd of May. And we got exactly what it was that we were waiting for. And that was the B sample results of Ryan Garcia. Okay? Now, the B sample has reportedly also come back positive, as us with awareness and intelligibility already knew would be the case. Okay, we had no doubts about that because we were clear and cognizant of the information going into it, and we knew exactly what it was when the B sample came around, that it was also going to be positive. We had no doubt about that. And you know what? Ryan and his entire team were also fully aware that such would be the case as well. Okay? He knew absolutely and undoubtedly well that both samples would be positive because he knowingly took this banned substance for the purpose of its benefits to be used in the fight with Devin, period. There is no exemption of that. There is no omitting of that fact. He knew exactly what he did and why he did it. The substance was taken for the purpose of achieving the outcome that he wound up getting in the end. Okay? Now, what I want to know is, where are all the, quote unquote, wait on the B sample ass fanboys at? Hold, don't be too quick to judge, y'all. Let's wait till the 22nd. Where are these motherfuckers at? It's absolutely astounding to me how there are people in the boxing world who are already looking to bypass what they said wouldn't even be occurring in the first place. Where are the people that deemed this impossible? Okay, that his B sample would also show up positive. Where are these fanboys at? It's awfully and mighty quiet out here in these Ryan Garcia streets, in these sassy fanboy streets. Where are all these people at, you guys? So many sassy ass fanboys for weeks, you guys, have been parading around absolutely convinced and stalwart and just staunch in their delusion that Ryan's B sample would quote unquote vindicate him. They ate out of his hand every word, every falsehood that he put out, tweeted, and mentioned. These doting fanboys just slurped up every word, okay? These people actually believed and ran with the theme that Devin Haney and, somehow this magical goddamn Illuminati conspired to contaminate Ryan's samples. You guys, this is the level of idiocy that is at play. It's to this degree and to this effect, y'all, that people were so desperate to see Devin Haney lose. They were so desperate to back that loss and vouch for that loss that they clung to absolute mindlessness, y'all. It's crazy out here. And now that the reality is had, and this B sample has also come back positive, in true sassy fashion, the new diversion right now seems to be geared towards, decreasing the severity of this positive B sample. Right? Now they seem to, want to opt to diminish and dwindle and shorten and somehow nullify Ryan's guilt and culpability and the responsibility of his actions. They want to negate that and bypass that and kind of lessen the severity of it. The delusion throughout all of this has also reached a point where people were guesstimating the effectiveness of steroids in general. Like, what the hell? People out here approximating, the amount in his system and trying to downplay the fact that it was in his system actively during the night of the fight by saying, it was just a little bit and it was so low that it didn't even really make a difference at all. This is the logic that they had going into it. It wasn't really as effective as you think. It was only point whatever the hell that they were saying at the time, as we all know. Do you hear this logic, y'all? All of this to cope with the fact that they want to hold on to The ecstasy that they received from seeing Devin Haney battered in that ring that night. That's all they care about. They just want to know that he lost, that he was beaten, and that he was down. It doesn't matter by what means it came, cheating or otherwise, illegal or otherwise, they did not care. Devin lost, and that is what they want to hold, and that's what they want to keep solidified in their mind. So now PEDs have no effect. This is the degree and the extent that we're going to go to now. PEDs just don't have it. So why doesn't everybody just take goddamn PEDs? From now on, I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing about anybody testing positive for PEDs in boxing, if that's the case. If he could be off so easily, then bypass everybody, unban everybody who was banned, restore everybody's effectiveness in the sport, everybody's records who were caught, with PEDs or others, banned substances in their system. Make it a free-for-all out here, if that's the case. PEDs have no effect now, huh? So he took them for no reason? So Ryan, just because maybe they taste like strawberries, is that why he took the Osterin? Is that why he popped dirty? Because the flavor was strawberry banana? Huh? Not for its effects and for its benefits, right? He didn't take it for that reason. It really is a sickness, y'all, for real. The mentality that's just swarming around these delusional people. And the boxing world is really, a microcosm of a macrocosm. You know what I'm saying? Of social and cultural thought. And the thought process of some of the people that I've been coming across concerning this particular issue is just staggering and absolutely incredible to me. These are adults who are operating on a childlike level as far as their cognizance, their sense of recognition, even sense of values, their ability to express themselves or how they choose to express themselves. All of these faculties are really subpar, y'all. And these are grown people out here on the internet passing around this debate and logic and dialogue. It's crazy to me. There is no maturity whatsoever among their faculties. How things are consumed by these people is absolutely myopic. It's singular, it's monotone, and it's extremely limited. Okay, and if it isn't basically working within the vein that caters to their whims, whatever that may be, if it doesn't cater to their immediate sense of gratification, the mind just closes and shuts down completely. It's insane. And you know what? The looming reality is that Ryan Garcia knows that such dull-mindedness is what he can cling to and lean on for support after the steroid scandal. He knows that type of mindset. That's why he caters to it and has been catering to it for months. He knows what that means. He knows that he can cling to it because it is not an open-mindedness. It is not one of soundness and coherence. It's not. And he knows that he can kind of, play up to that dull mentality. It's insane. And he really has established a base of people who are not intelligible or savvy at all about the art of boxing or the history of boxing. He has a drove of people behind him who frankly don't give a fuck about the sport, real talk. They only cling to him, and that's for whatever reason they may have. Okay? This is precisely what is diluting the sport, in my view. 100%, no doubt about that. There's a large scale, I'd say, coalescence that's happening within this new boxing era among fans who are not fans at all, but they're just spectators, or they're just merely, interested in a particular bandwagon at the moment. I've spoken about that extensively previously. This type of new mindset that's being catered to and cultivated within the sport of boxing. And you know what? Every sport, real talk, kind of has this element, I guess. It's kind of part and parcel. It's not, an unknown factor that you kind of have that type of mindset within sports in general. However, within boxing, at this particular point, as I've analyzed, it's becoming an alarming norm. Okay? It's becoming normalized in this sport. That's what I've been seeing. And it's to the point that when I say normalize, I mean where even people who have been fans of the sport, they are now assuming this type of mindset, and they are now being swooped into this new wave mentality of what I call fanboyism. Okay, where basically, such is the case with Ryan Garcia, he can be proven guilty. He can be proven a drug cheat. And yet the pervading narrative and mentality will adopt, instead of a rational sense in dealing with this type of thing in boxing, they instead turn to and adhere to a mindset that supports it and actually provides a platform for it to be had and supported publicly. Okay, this is the same thing that would allow Ryan to literally get on Twitter and post, quote, "I fucking love steroids." Okay, he can get on Twitter and say some shit like that among myriad other bizarre things that he's been posting at large. Okay, and a huge part of the boxing world will see this and not condemn him for it. They won't say a motherfucking thing about it. This is the mentality that I'm speaking of that's being normalized within boxing. It's absurd, it's ridiculous, and it's disgusting to me. Okay? And what's also disgusting to me, real talk, you guys, is that among the whole train riders, the fanboyism, are the boxers. Like, what? The boxers. Let's not forget, y'all, who publicly supported Ryan and his cheating. Publicly. The goal of these pussies, excuse my French, but I'm gonna be as frank as I can be. I don't sugarcoat a motherfucking thing over here. Okay, these boxers, so-called boxers, who we've heard all the narratives. Oh, I love this sport. This sport has done so much for me, and it took me off the streets, and it kept me focused. So I'm married to the game, and boxing. I'm married to boxing for life. Okay, they'll go have all these types of words and all these types of, heartfelt anecdotes about, their love for the sport and how much they respect the sport. These very men turn around and publicly get behind a man who absolutely disrespected the entire sport and the fans who love and support this sport. Okay? Fighters like Tank Davis, Richardson Hitchens, and Prograis. Okay? What are they saying now? After holding on to Ryan's balls for so long, all these weeks, what are they swallowing now? All the calls toward, he's innocent, y'all. I believe Ryan. The pleas and affirmations, oh, he's this good character. And no, Ryan don't look like a guy he can't possibly be a man that could. Where's all the talk now from these guys? Jumping in front of every bullet directed at Ryan. Where are they at now, y'all? Now that his guilt is confirmed, where you at? Are your knees bruised yet? You still gagging? I thought so. Now, in the wake of Ryan's guilt, I'm definitely interested in seeing, how they will go about his penalization. What will the ramifications be? Okay, how thoroughly will they ensure his compliance? When will Dev's record officially be changed? Okay, will they rule it a no contest, or are they going to just, make it a disqualification? I definitely like to see a disqualification enacted, because to me a no contest is simply not good enough. It simply isn't good enough in this matter. How long will Ryan be banned from the sport is another question that I have. Okay? It's definitely going to be intriguing to see what the next steps will be. That's for sure. Also intriguing to me, y'all, is seeing what Devin will do next, of course. Okay, I'm wondering when he'll get back in the ring. I'm wondering who his next target is, because surely he's got a lot of targets in front of him that he's looking at as food. Okay, now whatever the course is, though, for this young king, Devin Haney, whatever the path is before him, it's definitely going to be paved in continued greatness. Continued greatness. I know a lot of y'all are going to be salty as fuck hearing that, but his path will be paved in continued motherfucking greatness. Nothing is stopping this man shine or his train. Okay? And rightfully so. Let the young king go out there and venture into all types of greatness and assume all types of command for himself, as all of these young fighters should be doing the right way. Not on some pussy ass cowardly shit that the other motherfucker is up to and into. We not on that type of time. We don't support that type of time over here. We don't support the cowardly shit over here. Excuse me? Devin Haney is 25 years old, and he's achieved so much in this sport already, and it is only up from here. He's only going to go further and further and further and further. As far as he wants to go, that's where I support him in going. And no matter how many of you sassy, soft-ass, cowardly haters prey on this man's diminishment, prey on him stumbling somewhere along the way, guess what? You're going to be doing so from the motherfucking sidelines of your misery, obscurity, and 1,000% mediocrity, because guess what? Nobody is checking for y'all. You guys aren't the face of shit, but bitch-made behavior. And I got to say it with every bit of fervor that I got. Because this message, if it applies, let it fly. If it applies, let it fly. Y'all are just some suckers. Absolute suckers, ready to get behind anything that'll support the demise of anything that you find to be too great, anything that you find to be too threatening to your sense of mediocrity. You couldn't stand to see such a young king, a young champion on the rise. And it isn't only applicable to Devin. I'm sure that you guys feel that way about anything that shines too brightly that you come across. You fucking soft ass bitches. I can't stand that mentality in boxing, and I can't stand it in general. But we talk about boxing here, so I'll try to keep it as that. But the mentality certainly bleeds in to myriad perspectives and myriad aspects of how you see things just in general and how you approach things in general. It's really a sick, sad case. And way too many men are out here, just cowardly as it gets. It's pervasive. It's to the point of pervasiveness. It's sickening, it's shocking, and it's definitely underwhelming to sit back and see as a boxing fan, as a boxing enthusiast, as a woman, as a fiery person. It's just as somebody who champions, power and independence and achievement. It's just sickening to see, y'all. Sickening to see this type of mentality. Anyway, you guys, that's it for me. I can go on and on and on all day about this, but salute to the young king, Devin Haney. Salute to the real boxing fans, no matter where you are on the planet, on the globe, salute. And definitely, let's pack these drug cheats the fuck up and get them the fuck out of boxing. Anyway, I'm on to the next, y'all. Peace.